Hello, hello. How's it going? Oh my word, what a day. What a day indeed. Please win. Please. Please win. Yeah, we don't ask for much, all right? I'm just, please. I'm begging you, please. I've had enough. Oh, it's just, oh my word. I can't bear it. I've had a long week. It's not been awful. It's not been great. I had my anniversary on Thursday, so that went well. Went very nicely indeed. Had a lovely steak dinner. I made some steak tacos with some guacamole. So I made a corn salsa, a nice hot corn salsa, very nice indeed. Doesn't sound appealing, and as someone who doesn't really like corn, I must say, you know, it was made by me, so it was good. Yeah, a few other bits, some bits and bobs. Had a few drinks. Got some leftover from the other night. I'm joking. I just bought these. And I've been trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do with regards to this this Talk Sport situation, because it's changed. If you're watching in America, it's on USA TV, I think. USA TV, USA Network, I think. I can't remember what it's called. But sadly for us watching in the UK or listening in the UK, it is obviously a 3 p.m. kickoff and a blackout, so we cannot watch the game. So I'll be bringing you all the coverage via my trusty radio, and we can go through the game. You know what I'm saying? But there's been some technical difficulties in the build-up, so we are a little bit late. We've got 20 minutes to go until kickoff. And so, yeah, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. The beard is looking crispy. It's looking tidy. And we are off to the races. A tough day, a tough week at work. I'll be honest with you. A tough week with everything. And it's always the case, you know, it's always the case. If you work an office job, you know that the week or two before the Christmas period, it's bedlam. It's typically the worst time of year because everyone's going off and everyone needs to get everything done as soon as possible. And so people are giving you shit that you don't normally do, or you know what I'm saying? It's an absolute ball ache. And so this past week has been a nightmare. Hopefully next week, being my last week in the office for this year, will be a lot more smooth. I'm not holding out much hope, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, the starting 11 for this game is causing some concern amongst the Chelsea faithful, mainly because the inclusion and the lack of inclusion. I don't know what's the opposite to inclusion? The declusion? What is the opposite to inclusion? So if I was to say the inclusion of Cole Palmer is great, the opposite of that for Enzo Fernandez, exclusion. Of course it is. Fucking hell. Thank you very much, Daniel. I do appreciate it. The exclusion of Esteval. People are questioning what the hell's going on there. But mainly, I would argue that the predominant thing that I've seen, the main thing that I've seen is relating to Enzo Fernandez and the fact that Enzo Maresca said in the press conference that Enzo Fernandez is tired, he's knackered, he's worn out, he's overplayed, he needs a rest, and he's included him and I saw a tweet about it saying that Everton are the most physical. They are the most involved when it comes to duels. They have the most duels in the league. And it seems bizarre. It seems dubious. It seems rather confusing that Enzo Maresca would field Enzo Fernandez in this game when, of course, we do have Andre Santos available on the bench. Weird. And we're also playing on number 10, Malo Gusto, as a right back. So, you know, obviously I'm joking. He played him as a number 10 against Atalanta, and it did not go down very well. For those of you that weren't sure. Malo Gusto starting today. Let's go through the starting 11, shall we? Number 10. I like it. Picasso, you know, it's one of those. It's a decent lineup, I must say. It's one of those. We're finally getting to see Palmer and Joao Pedro start together, at least in the Premier League, I think. I feel like we haven't seen that. A lot of people were questioning, they wanted to see Palmer and Esteval start together. We are going to have to wait once again. I'm confused now with the Esteval situation because you were so okay with playing him against Leeds. But you're not confident playing him against Everton. I know Everton on paper are a better side in the league than Leicester, but you know, it raises some eyebrows as to, you know, listen, the main thing that's gone around this week is obviously, is Maresca fit for is he up for the job? We've got an episode of the Football Exchange with Troy Deeney, Alex Goldberg, and myself coming out later on this afternoon or this evening, following the games. And we go into a little bit of a, you know, am I right? Was I right? Am I justified in my criticism of Enzo Maresca this entire time? Because you will see Alex go into quite some detail as to his concerns and his gripes towards Enzo Maresca. And as someone who is, you know, a diehard fan and backing Enzo Maresca, he went at him. And me and Troy were both sat there like, this doesn't seem, you know, like you like you have very much confidence in Enzo Maresca. And obviously he's still, you know, I think he's just starting to be a bit dubious. All I'm saying was to Troy and to Alex, mainly to Troy, was that maybe I was just a little bit ahead of the curve. At the moment, the way that it's going, I can only see this going one way in terms of the fans' perspective. You know, and this age-old question that David's just put in the chat, please do enlighten us as to who Maresca would be replaced with. No one knows. There is no real standout figure, but you could say it for anything, couldn't you? If, like, you know, a relationship is not going well, you're not going to go, well, I'm not going to break up with them just, you know, because there's no one else better. I haven't got anyone else to really rely on after. I'm not going to, you know, this, that, and everything else isn't working out. It's clearly a toxic relationship, but there's no one else really screaming out to me that I want to get into bed with. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to stay put. That's kind of the argument that these people that say that, well, who would you go for? I don't know. I'm sure that there are available options. I'm sure that there are people available. Oliver Glasner, who says no, you know, seems to be ready to leave. He's already gone at Steve Parish and the rest of the, you know, the backroom staff, not the backroom staff, but the ownership of, they chose to save rather than to spend in a European season. Guess who's in Europe? Chelsea. You know, guess who can provide him with players in abundance? Chelsea. You know, it seems like a match made in heaven, Oliver Glasner to Chelsea Football Club. You know, I do see him more better suited to like a Liverpool or an Arsenal, but I would say Liverpool's probably the more obvious option. Hey, Harry, good luck, and good luck to you all, says Nav. Thank you very much for the super chat. Do appreciate it. So why make changes for change's sake? I wouldn't say it's for change's sake. I would just say that there are many teething... They were teething pains to begin with. But I think, and in this episode... you'll have to watch, but I'm fairly sure Alex went down the route of it started with dodgy substitutions, weird rotation, and you can kind of understand it being a bit weird at first, you know, a bit finding his feet, not knowing necessarily what to do. But now it seems as though that there is this mass over rotation of players on a regular basis, this theory that the owners have a part to play and that they want him to field as many players as possible on a regular basis so that they can almost get into the transfer window. Not obviously, you know, transfer window's coming up, but like the transfer window itself is showcasing as much talent as possible so that when the chance comes, we can sell as many players as we can for, you know, as big a profit as possible. Should people come a knocking? If they don't, who cares? It doesn't matter. That's the vibe that some people have given me in the chat over the last few weeks. But the argument that was raised was, yeah, teething pains last season with rotation and not necessarily knowing the best lineup to go with. We know our best lineup, and it's not far off what is here. It's just the over rotation, the overthinking, the overdoing it of what we start with, what we end with, what we do at half time. That is cause for concern when it comes to Enzo Maresca. Is he overthinking it? Is he a little bit feeling as though he's out of his depth with some of these situations? Or does he just not really know and understand how to manage this team? It's one thing to get them up and ready for a big game, which he seems to have nailed on the head at the moment. Really does know what to do. But it's with these games and lesser games of like Everton. This is a big game. This is a game, especially with the run of form that we've had lately, losing to Leeds, drawing against Bournemouth, losing to Atalanta. We're without a win in our last 3 games. And I would argue, genuinely argue, if we lose here today, questions really need to start being asked. You know, we are on the cusp of our season being in real jeopardy here, because of decision making, not only from Maresca but from the players. And I will completely agree that there are many players here who their behaviours on and off the pitch. Garnacho is a big one. His first touch on the pitch, so terribly bad. You know, the defense, they need to be held accountable for many things, but it's the bits in between, the decision making from the manager, the substitutions that just seemingly don't make sense. Gusto at a 10, not bringing on Esteval, playing Tosin in the game against Atalanta. There are just so many question marks over whether or not Enzo Maresca does actually know what is best for the club. And I would say never, not once so far since Maresca has been in charge, have I ever seen as many of the Enzo Maresca sort of defenders, or like the ones that are just sort of like this. They're blind, for the most part, blindly backing Maresca for the sake of give him time, give him a chance, everything. Those people, Alex, from my perspective, is one of those people. A few others as well, but the first one that comes to mind, is just as an example, is someone who is like, you're being harsh, let him do his thing. And for him to be raising questions about his managerial impact with substitutions and whatnot. And there are other people. I'm just using him as an example. It makes me worry where this is going to go if the people that were backing him the most are now a little bit worried. You know, a bit sort of like, hang on, well, what's he doing? Why is Enzo Maresca playing Gusto as a 10 instead of bringing on Esteval, you know, who can be a game changer or, you know, who can be the spark to get something going in a game where, you know, let's be honest, we should have won that Atalanta game. We should have won. We were by far the better team for the most part. And then the substitutions were made, heads dropped, injuries happened, we were caught and had our pants pulled down, and the rest is history. Even the fans, even the Atalanta fans weren't up for that game. They had a feeling. They just, you look at the way they set up for it, we had them, and we basically gave them the win. Not even a draw. We just basically gave them the win. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's those decisions. It's those sort of behaviors from Maresca where it's like, I think the most worrisome from me is he seems to know that something was the wrong choice too late. He doesn't see it ahead of time. He doesn't see Achiampong not starting in I can't remember what game it was, but he should have started. And it's only until after the game where he's like, well, I probably should have started Achiampong. And it's like, fucker, everyone said this before the game. Is like, oh, Achiampong's made for this. You look at the graphic for today's game. Achiampong was the graphic for this game. And I know more recently that's proven to be not so much of a big thing. And doesn't really actually mean that person's starting. But Wesley Fofana was the one I can remember most recently. And then obviously today, Achiampong is the second one that I can think of that is on that graphic and hasn't started. It's weird. And it got everyone's hopes up, you know. I was certainly like, ooh, you know, oh, yeah, I'm up for that. That said, Fofana and Chalobah is back too. How Fofana's starting after getting a stud in the eyeball, I have no idea. Was he over-exaggerating? Was he a little bit, you know, dramatic in that scenario? Only time will tell. If he gets taken off sooner rather than later in the game, then we'll have our answer. But you know, we'll see. We'll go through some comments here. My daughter Lauren, who's a big Chelsea fan, is refusing to leave her room, and I'm worried about her. I tried buying her chocolates, but she was crying and telling me to leave. Come on, Chelsea, get the W. Maybe she's nervous about the game. I hope it's nothing more sinister than that. Afternoon, people. Fingers crossed we can actually pass to our own players and not too many weird changes. Says Lance. Hello, Lance. Good to see you. And I think we saw not too bad. Got the illness / flu or cold, whatever you want to call it, that's going around, mate. I've already had that. I was off sick for 3 days. Not good. Not good at all. I would have done a preview yesterday, obviously. But I was just so busy. We were recording the pod yesterday. I was working late. I just didn't have time, and I didn't want to force out something that was just going to be shit, you know. So no prediction or no preview yesterday. But I will give my prediction now. I'm gonna go. I mean, in the pod, I was speaking about it, and I think Troy was like, I think Chelsea could struggle in this game, and I was just like, I think we're going to lose. I just feel like we're going to lose this game. I think it's 2-1 either way. 2-1 either way. I can't see a world in which we don't concede. Clean sheets have been a thing for us lately, but as of late, in the last few games anyway, it's been worrying. It's been worrying. We have had 30-game unbeaten streak against Everton at home. Well, you know what time it is! The streak is over. It's time to end the streak. It's time for us to absolutely balls that up. Now that Carbs has put that in the chat, it's, you know, that's the kind of stats that Chelsea love to fuck up. Exactly. 30 games unbeaten at home for Chelsea. So what is it? Everton, on the other hand, are flying high under David Moyes, and now, a first league win at Stamford Bridge since November of 1994. Before even I was born. 11 months before I was born, in fact. No, 13 months, sorry. 13 months before I was born. Would send them above Chelsea in the table. There are obviously a lot of factors in this game to look at. You look at the table. This would put us up to 28 points, which would, for now, put us in a nice situation. But with the likes of Crystal Palace, the likes of Aston Villa all flying high, we could really do with a draw between Manchester City and Crystal Palace tomorrow, or Crystal Palace and Manchester City. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see. Aston Villa have West Ham, so you would imagine that's a win for them. That'll take them up to 33 points, level on points with Arsenal, who have Wolves. They'll go up to 36 points. I've said this for the last few weeks. It's now or never to keep up with the pack. But if we lose this game or draw, I fear that the staying with the pack, the keeping up with the pack is over. You know, as soon as Arsenal go 11 points clear of us, it's bad news, you know. Anyway, the first half is about to commence. I'm going to close the chat for myself. You guys can keep on talking, but I probably won't be looking at the chat too much because I don't want any spoilers. I think the game's already begun. Slight delay on the old radio. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall starts, and you know, if anyone's going to score, it's going to be this motherfucker. And we're on the way. Please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. Chelsea versus Everton. Jack Grealish. I feel like I've been pretty good at not losing my head too much this season so far. If we lose this, I fear my head will be lost. You know, I fear that I'm going to be all over the place. All played forward. It's got to be offside, but it's going to go all the way through to Pickford. That's one, isn't it? Idrissa Gueye. Yeah, Idrissa Gueye for Everton. It's a weird one because I feel like I knew he was older, but I saw a thing where it's like, look up how old Idrissa Gueye is for Everton, and you'll be shocked. And I'll admit, he's older than I expected, but at the same time, there are people that I saw that were like, I thought he was only 22. He's been around for fucking ages. What are you talking about? Wesley Fofana with a head back to Sanchez. If we can get to 50 likes, as soon as possible, that would be fantastic. Chelsea's Premier League form, a win, a draw, a loss, a draw. Just 1 point. Sorry, 2 points out of our last 3. Chalobah. Fofana. Seems like we're playing every other day at the moment, and I'm knackered. Fofana. Gusto inside, playing very centrally there. I'm assuming that's the overlap. Cucurella finds James. Palmer is available. Looks for Neto on the right-hand side. Palmer makes the run. Cuts inside. Finds Palmer. Chalobah available. He finds Cucurella. Nice switch of play. James. Good passing of the ball so far from Chelsea. Fofana finds Palmer. Chalobah. Cucurella. Ball through the middle. Finds Enzo Fernandez. Joao Pedro. Enzo Fernandez again. Garnacho on the byline. Corner ball. Nicely worked play there from Chelsea in the opening 5 minutes. Getting the corner. And making Everton work in the early stages. Reece James over the corner. Cole Palmer potentially going short. Chalobah on the inside, headed over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick. We got Cardiff on Tuesday. He's gone strong. Is he under pressure if we don't get a result? Isn't out of order to say he's got to go. I think it is too early. It is way too early, and that's coming from me. It's way too early for him to be sacked, you know. But I would suggest that if we lost here today, there are questions that need to be asked quite a bit more aggressively, you know. Let's turn that light down. It's fucking, my face is like half white. By no means am I Maresca out. I won't be happy, and I will likely say some things that I'll later regret or later retract or redact if we end up getting battered here. There are issues at play here in regards to, or not issues, but factors like that statistic that we haven't lost against Everton at home since November of 1994 in the Premier League. Should we do that today, I'm going to be fuming. I'm going to be fuming. We've got a really strong team out here right now. There is realistically no excuse not to get at least a draw in this game. I know Everton are close to us. I know Everton are only 2 points behind us. And I know everyone is, unless there's like really stand out player errors in this game, if it's a game where it's purely down to a Maresca, like, you know, error with substitutions, if it's clearly down to Maresca and not the players, then I can imagine a lot of people are going to start really going on at him quite harsh. And it's a weird one because I'm weirdly starting to feel bad for him in a way. Because I don't know. He looks frantic. It looks a little bit sort of all over the place at the moment. It's hard to really see where Maresca's head's at right now. And by no means am I going to start swapping over and blaming the players and not the manager, but I don't know. I think, from my perspective, it's always the manager first, because he's the one that's getting it all, like the juice is flowing. He's getting the formations involved, and like maybe it's 50-50 or more or less because the players aren't adapting so well, and you know the manager's sort of philosophy is not really blending in very well, or they're not absorbing it very well. And then you get a little bit further in where we are right now, and you start to think like the players should really know what they're doing at this point. But the biggest factor for me that's obviously not working is the amount of rotation. And it's not just me saying it, everyone's saying it, you know. Sports everyone's saying it. And I was going to do the Becky Lynch quote there, but I wasn't sure anyone was going to get it. The rotation needs to stop. He needs to get, and this argument of like, they're overworked, they're tired, and then you look and Enzo Fernandez plays every fucking game. You know, certain players never get a rest. Sports Illustrated is saying it. You know what I'm saying? And now we're at a stage where I'm starting to like think, are the players even trying? Do you know what I mean? I'm like the opposite to what everyone has gone on. They're like everyone at the start, like the majority of people who are like majorly Maresca in or like backing Maresca were saying that, oh, it's the players. The players aren't doing well enough. You've got to blame the players just as much as the manager. And I hear that to a degree. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I agree that Maresca needs to chill out with the rotation and the substitutions are shit a lot of the time. It's hard to like defend him with so many things. Don't know why Cucurella is complaining there. But at the same time, it just seems as though like some of the players just aren't really trying to even remotely adapt to Maresca's philosophy for a lot of it. There's a lack of effort. There's poor quality. It's a mishmash of all sorts of things. And ultimately, we know how it goes. We know who's going to get the blame. We know who's going to get, you know, the chopping block. It's going to end badly for Maresca unless something massively changes. Save your energy for tonight, man. I'm so annoyed with WWE for like fucking what? I understand it's on Saturday Night Main Event, but fucking just start 2 hours earlier. Fuck off. Why are you starting at 1 a.m. for the UK fans? I understand some of you aren't necessarily fans of WWE and all that sort of stuff, but John Cena, my childhood hero, is retiring later today. And even if I wasn't still watching, I haven't always watched it religiously for like the last few years, but I've watched it religiously the last couple of years because of the fact that it was coming, you know. And even if I wasn't, I'd still watch it tonight. But they're making us stay up until 1 in the fucking morning to watch it, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. John Cena does still follow me on Twitter. He does. The Never Seen 17. I see him. I see him loud and clear. He follows me on Twitter. You know, a million other people can say the same thing. Ref! Reece James, absolutely taken out there by Grealish. It's not very high on the leg. It's on the feet. It's on the toes. God, Grealish is an ugly fucker, isn't he? When's he gonna let the fucking long hair go? It like, do you know what I mean? I feel like he could look so much better without the long hair. I don't think the long hair's ever looked good. I genuinely think like he's gone for this like iconic Jack Grealish long hair look. It looks shit. It looks so shit. And you know, To each their own. I'm just not a fan of it. He might not be a fan of my, you know? I'm just saying. Oh, Garnacho, touch of a fucking, what's name? Just so bad, isn't he? He'll score now. Oh, of course he will. If me saying Grealish's hair is shit is the reason that they score, then Dewsbury Hall has pulled his hamstring. He's off. Oh no, bless him. It's a shame, but it's also, you know, I'm glad in a way. I hope he's not out for too long, but you know, I would very highly assume that if anyone was to score, it'd be him. Yeah, he's definitely coming off. Is that Leighton Beans? What's he doing these days? Is he actually... Oh my God, he retired 5 years ago. Leighton Baines retired in 2020. What? What? I didn't know he retired that long ago. I could have sworn he was one of those players that was still like playing in COVID. Sort of like very, very hit and miss as a replacement. David Moyes being Everton manager is just so like prime Barclays though, isn't it? In terms of, he is just a manager who's meant to be there. He is. Do you know what it is? Do you know what the exact comparison is? Is Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid? I think is exactly David Moyes at Everton. It's the exact same scenario. And he never should have left. He never, ever should have left. Big Sam at Bolton. Similar vibe. Is it Steve McLaren at Middlesbrough? Is another one. Steve McLaren? How long was he at Middlesbrough? Because that's my child. I remember, right? Middlesbrough were in a final against, I think it was Bolton. No, it wouldn't have been. Was it that? Runners up Bolton, yeah. Middlesbrough versus Bolton in the 2003-2004 League Cup. And I remember I bet 20p with my brother. I was back in Bolton and they lost and I was fucking fuming. I was not letting that 20p. And my mum was just like, you got to do it. Come on, you got to. She was the tax man in that situation, but I was fuming because I wanted Middlesbrough first, but then I was like, no, actually, I'll go Bolton, and my brother was just like, no, fine, I'll go Middlesbrough, and I was like, no, I want Middlesbrough. But I'm fairly sure. Final League Cup final, it's 2-1, and I'm fairly sure, was it a late goal? No, it wasn't. Job Job and Zenden scored a penalty in the 7th minute. And then Kevin Davies scored the first goal for Bolton. What happened? Something happened. But man, that is such a memory that is so specific in my mind. 20p. I remember because 20p could buy you a lot back when I know that sounds fucking as fuck. That sounds so old. 20p can't buy you shit these days. 20p, the 20p coin was my favorite coin as well when I was a kid. Because I remember it just used to get you so much. You could buy a pack of stickers for your Premier League album for about 20p, I think it was. And I was fuming. That might be the first time I ever gambled in my life, and I lost. And I should have learnt then. I sound autistic. What? Because I remember something so vividly. I remember where I was exactly. We had a single seat sofa on the in the corner of the room, looking at the TV. Obviously, I mean that's not too specific. And I'm fairly sure we were both small enough that we both sat on the sofa at the same time. Ah! And I just remember being so like, because we bet the 20p, and I was deliberating over it so much, and then they scored instantly, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I take it back. But the 20p was gone. And then they went 2-0 up in the 7th minute with the penalty, and I was crying. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. I was so fucking livid. And then they scored the first goal, and I think I was going mental. And yeah. Favorite thing you got from the shops for 50p or less? Probably a can of Coke was always number one. Good chance here, deflected. Can of Coke and a pack of Chewits was always my thing. I loved a pack of strawberry Chewits, man. Fuck. Oh, just so good. And I think the song was, I like to chew it. We like to chew it. With the dinosaur. Banana ones? I don't know about that one. You know? Here's James. Not much has happened so far in this game. It's got to be said. Jean Pedro. Cucurella. Cleared away. Cucurella again. Chelsea need to really get a grip and try and get a hold of this game. Everton with the biggest chance so far with that deflection, but dealt with well. It's Cole Palmer. Could be all the way through, and it's in! Lovely play. First start in a while for Cold Palmer. We're back to winning ways. For now. We're back to Cold Palmer ways. It's 10 o'clock. Who would have thought an injection of Cole Palmer would make a difference? I don't think there's another player on the pitch for Chelsea that could realistically do a goal as confidently as that in the way that he's done that. Through on goal, absolutely batters it into the back of the net. Shows him where to pass. He said pass to Gusto. He passed to Gusto. Gusto plays it through. And as simple as that, Chelsea 1-0 up. We're back, baby. Yeah, mods, if anyone spoils, you have permission to ban them today. Just saying. There's like a 30-second delay, so... Or like timeout for 24 hours. Or ban. I don't know. If people are banning, if people are people are spoiling, just ban them fuckers. 50 likes on the stream. Let's try and get to 100 before half time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hey, 10 o'clock. And Chelsea could be through for a second here already. Garnacho. Garnacho! Deflected, out for a corner. This is our last 3 p.m. kickoff until next year, which is good. I think. I think our next 3 p.m. is Brentford. Brentford, yeah. Oh, we're in! Oh, my word, he's put it wide. Garnacho's put it wide. I don't know what's happened there. I looked down for 1 second. Has he missed a sitter there? Alcatraz has missed it. Completely. Oh, my... What? Oh my God! It's an open goal! Garnacho mugs Alcaraz and Pickford, takes it round him, and he just has to police it in the back of the net, and he's missed the goal. It was a guaranteed goal for any other player on the pitch. He didn't look at the goal. These things happen. Shut up. As attacking players, you know where the goal is, man. Come on. You know where the goal is. Don't give me that bollocks. I would say it wasn't... I don't know. It's relative. It's not as bad as Torres' one against United. We know that we're playing Charlton on the Saturday, the 10th of January now on TNT Sports, 8 p.m. kickoff there. 8 p.m. on a Saturday, man. Fuck off. I hate that shit. I hate those games. It's a terrible time. Oh, God, Nacho, you shit! You're so bad! James, Garnacho, Cucurella. Ugh, what is that? Chalobah, James, Chalobah, back to Sanchez. Don't have a go at me. That water looks crisp. It's been sat around for a while. I won't lie to you. It's not as crisp as it looks. It is room temperature, to say the least. It was also sparkling when I had it, and it's now flat as fuck. So I'm not going to hype it up as if it's anything it's not, you know. I could have lied, but I'm an honest man, you know. More stagnant than crisp, you know. Daboo, daboo, daboo. Cole Palmer back on the score sheet. In his first start since returning. Excuse me, that burp was vile. That was a really bad one. What have you got for dinner today? I think I've got pie and mash. I could be wrong. I think we do. Got to get the pie maker out. She's in the other room. I'm joking. All right. Phoebe, calm down. Jesus. I know you're going to be fucking, you know. I thought that was a good one. Oh, come on. Jeez. What pie? I think it's one her mum made. I think the mix was like frozen in the. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like a beef something. Steak and ale, maybe. But she made the whole family like a big batch. She's fucking like very good at cooking. We have got so many homemade sausage rolls and like pinwheels. João Pedro. She's a master of baking, I'll tell you that much is free. Jesus Christ, Enzo Fernandez. Why couldn't it be her dad? Well, you know. He's, I don't know. He doesn't like pies, does he? Just happens to be the mum. I am a lucky boy, man. If you saw, so we've got 2 freezers. We've got a new fridge freezer, and we've got a freezer that's in like another separate sort of like in the pantry. It's not as bougie as it fucking sounds. All right. The missus, when I met her, she just had this random standalone freezer because her fridge wasn't big enough. She used to have like a square fridge and no freezer. So she had a fridge in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. And then she had to buy another one, a freezer, to go in like the fucking reception area, like the front room of her apartment. And that's just come with us, you know? And if you saw what it looked like, it's a freezer in a cupboard. And I've had to like cut a load of planks of wood so it stood up on the thing. It looks like shit. It does the job though. Proper Tory. Oh, right. I've got 2 freezers. Whoa. I am wealthy because I have 2 freezers. Bill Gates over here. But yeah, basically, the top shelf is filled with fucking stuff that her mum's made, which is just Welsh cakes. Anyone had any Welsh cakes before? I bet you have a tumble dryer. I don't. I've got a washer dryer. Thank you very much. We don't have enough room in our kitchen. It's we're in between places. This is by no means my forever home. But Welsh cakes. We've got the typical Welsh cakes with the raisins and stuff, sprinkled with a bit of sugar. We've got chocolate ones instead of raisins. They're my favorite. And then we've also got her mum's got these new ones, which it's basically 2 Welsh cakes put together with like chocolate caramel filling in the middle. Fucking outrageous. So they're 2 chocolate Welsh cakes together with chocolate caramel in the middle, like stuck together. So it's like a bit of a stuffed Welsh cake. I don't even know if it's a real thing or if she's just come up with this like Franken Welsh cake, you know? But man, is it good. It is so good. Welsh cake, shepherd's pie. No, they're sweet. A cake sandwich. They're banging, that's all I know. The missus is she's from the West Country, so you know, I'm not from there. I've been introduced to a few things that I've never tried before. I've never had before since knowing her. She's from sort of near Bath area, so she's a bit of an ooar, Convoy Noverster and all that, you know. Whereas I'm a Surrey boy, you know. Here's Jack Grealish. Crossed in! Deflected. Nearly a Crystal Palace own goal there. If anyone remembers. What's that one? Crystal Palace. Who scored that one? Crystal Palace own goal. Oh, man. What's his name? Tony Popovic. If anyone remembers that Tony Popovic own goal. Even Gary Cahill. Gary Cahill own goal against Man City at the Etihad. That time we beat them with Diego Costa and Eden Hazard. Crossed, cleared away. That one where he sort of slices it and it goes over his head and into the back of the net. That's what Fofana nearly did there. Crossed in, headed away again. 33 minutes on the clock. Sounds like you're in love with your mother-in-law's cooking. She's very good at cooking. My girlfriend is equally as good as cooking. But I'd say better, to be fair. Like she's got her mum's cooking and some, you know. We can both cook. We're a you know. If you saw what we had for our anniversary, I did all the cooking, you know. We've got some sort of flavored beers come in from Vault City, if anyone's ever heard of that. We got some sours, so we were doing some taste testing of some beers. We had some bits, we had some bobs, we had some music on, you know, some prosecco was flowing. A very nice night indeed. Disasi's own goal was worse. Yeah, Disasi's is like Kieran Trippier against Chelsea type bad, wasn't it? Surprised the missus isn't a Newcastle fan. I beg your pardon. Then you woke up. Cooking stream. Yeah, it was basically the cooking stream, but for her and Rufus. Neto finds Gusto. A second goal would be absolutely fantastic, please. It's Neto over the bar. He cut his poor fingy. Man, did I ever. I don't even know if you can see it. Can you see the scar there? It's hard to see. It's way worse in person. Shut up, Glenn. On the day, it was grim. Just a scratch. Man, if you fucking... I can show you. All of you being like, what a chart. I don't remember when it was. When was it? Anyone remember when it was supposed to be? Last December. Oh, there it is. I found it. That's the bread knife for you. Fucking look at that. Whoa! I should have gone to the hospital. I'm not even joking. Like, it was bad. And then this was it, like two days later. Come on, that's like I wasn't able to do anything with it. Jesus, I wasn't going to be able to cook with a hand like that. Do you know what I mean? Call me a tart all you want. I probably should have though. It's healed nicely, but you know. Did you find the pub thing you were saying last stream? What? Scar? There is a scar. There is a scar. Skin graft. Finger transplant. I know. It nearly cut me. My uncle's only got 4 fingers on one hand. He lost it in his factory job when he was younger. He's missing from, like, I think he's missing that bit. First bit. Here we go. Everton with a chance. Crossed in. Terrible touch. Still on the ball. Kukurea, clear it away. Fucking how hard do you want to hit that? Sorry, Kearney. Idrissa Gueye is in. Oh, my word. They should have scored. They should have scored. Crossed across the face of goal. Mikolenko with a cross. Cleared away. Tarkovsky. And then back to the keeper. It's a he peppered that one. Oh, man, the games stink tomorrow. What's the Super Sunday game is Brentford versus Leeds. Jesus Christ. We've had a stinker. The last few weeks, it's just been so bad with the games. 4 2 p.m. games, though, at the same time. Yeah, we do have. Yeah, we've got Sunderland versus Newcastle. Yeah, the Weir Tyne. It's not the Tyne Weir. It's the Weir Tyne because it's at Sunderland. I learnt that in this the most recent episode of the Football Exchange, coming out later today. Is it's either Tyne Weir or Weir Tyne, where depending where it is, you know. Well, I'm just saying, Sad Mario, I learnt something. I'm trying to, you know, teach you guys something. When are the top 4 watch-alongs starting? Probably in January, I would assume. But that's also assuming we're actually in the top 4 race. You know? But yeah, top 4 watch is coming. Top 4 watch is coming. On a regular basis as well. I know I've been a bit fucking all over the place. You know what I'm like, though. I get in a good routine and then suddenly something happens and then I'm like, wow, that's that then. Good chance here for Everton. Jesus Christ. They are terrible today. Yeah, the top 4 watch-alongs were good last season, weren't they? They're dominating. Yeah, but not really. They are, but they're dominating possession, just not... They're not doing anything. 63 likes on the stream. Please do like the video if you haven't done so already. It really does help me out a great deal. We're already in the 16,000s of subscribers in time for the new year. So thank you for that. But please do subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the bell notification. And let's try and get to 100 likes as soon as possible. Best neutral game last season on this channel was Villa versus PSG. Man, I was celebrating like I was a fan of either side. That was such a good game. The Palmer goal, Palmer darting forward, Fofana with the ball. Palmer points to Fofana to pass it to Gusto, finds Gusto. Gusto plays it through the middle, threads the needle. Palmer takes a touch through the defense and then blasts it into the back of the net. How's that for a description? Okay. Classic goal. Really good goal. Need the Coventry streams. I'll be doing those for sure. Don't worry about that. The Coventry streams will be coming. I would say when it starts getting a little bit, you know, a bit what's the name? A little bit tricky. I suppose, did they lose they lost their last game, didn't they? Yee! Jack Grealish, easy save for Sanchez. Are we getting any FIFA in the new year? Well, it turns out my Elgato, I couldn't get it to work the other day, and I was supposed to stream while the missus was out because I had loads of free time, and for whatever reason, it didn't work. And then my head was gone, so I couldn't get it to work. And then I went on it the day after, the morning after, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with this fucking thing? And it's one of those weird ones where it's like a USB-C goes into a USB and then into the computer, and that connection was like that. So it was like a loose connection, and I just didn't realize. And all I needed to do was just kind of push it together, and it would have been fine. But I'm finished with work on Friday. So and then the missus is away. She's back at her mum's on the weekend, next weekend. So I've got all weekend. I'm going to be doing some streams all of next weekend. So keep your eyes peeled for that. FIFA streams in abundance during the Christmas period. Whenever I've got free time that doesn't include drinking and eating. Cross-team, great chance! And it's in again! Malo Gusto with his second goal for the club in about 4 games. Maybe he's a 10 after all, eh? Maybe he's a 10 after all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hey, hey, 10's o'clock. Lovely play. All started by Malo Gusto, who finds Neto down the right-hand side, running up against his man, takes him on, takes it to the byline, crosses it in. Malo Gusto's there, pokes it away. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. You wouldn't dream of a possibility that Chelsea could fuck it up at this point. But even at 2-0, you never know. You never know. Right on the half-time break as well. Right on the half-time break. 3 minutes of additional time. Chelsea are swinging. Malo Gusto runs down the wing for me. It's not got the same ring, does it? Marcus Alonso runs down the wing for Marcus Alonso runs down the wing for me. There's not a day that goes by where I don't miss Marcus Alonso. I'll tell you that much for free. It's Garnacho. Chance to make it 3 before half-time would be fantastic. Here is Reece James, a minute and change to go. I'm going to have to run off and have a wee at halftime. I trust you guys will come back, though. I've broken the seal. Crashing beamers, scrawling screamers. Jesus Christ. Never a truer word said. I was saying to the missus before the game, like, everything went wrong. I went to the pub just before the game to pick up some beers. I said this. I tend to do it, especially on match days. I'll go to the shop, and then on the way back, I'll go to the pub and have one, and ask for a beer. And I was disrespected in the worst way possible. You ask for a certain beer, and they pour the wrong one. And then you get to your seat and try it, and it's that disgust, that absolute disgust of, this isn't what I ordered at all. And for £6.90 a pint, fuck me. You better get what you asked for. There goes the halftime whistle. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. Goals from Cole Palmer, and Malo Gusto, of all people. It's been a very, very one-sided affair for the most part, especially with the goals. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll be back in just over 5 minutes' time. I'm going to go for a toilet, come back, have a break, have a piss yourself, have a beer, whatever. I'll be back very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in just a few minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. And one thing is for sure, one thing is for certain. After seeing that, I feel like Cucurella needs a rest, and my God, we're 2-0 up. I just saw Daly tweet, and I completely agree. If we can get a third as soon as possible, bring Cucurella off because he's ready. He's so ready for it. We talk about rotation. We talk about games where players need to be dropped, players need to be rested, players need to be given time to sort of recoup and regain their fitness a little bit. And not saying that he's unfit by any means, but I'm saying you can clearly tell that there is a slight drop in the intensity. That he just looks frustrated, I think, which I think comes from a place of being tired. He's overtired. And so, you know, we look at the bench. Yorel Hato is available. Got something in my ear. Yorel Hato is available. He's on the bench. So why not utilize that? You know, why not bring him on at some point later on in the game? Maybe even, I wouldn't say at halftime necessarily. It's quite an intense game down that side as well. I feel like that's where Everton have mostly done their work, is down that right hand side. Who's on their right for them? I think I know, but I just want to make sure. It is Odoi down that right hand side. I've seen Idrissa Gueye go down that right hand side as well. It's a lot of work, and just alone for that, like swing and a miss that he kicked Odoi in the bollocks was a sign of you know, Cucurella being slightly tired, you know. And so I don't know. I think if you're going to look to rotate, if you're going to look to make any substitutions at some point, you really need to look at Cucurella at some point. Cole Palmer back on the scoreline as well. Really good. Malo Gusto was the standout player for Chelsea in this game by some stretch. An assist and a goal in this game is a welcome sight. It really is. Malo Gusto, a bit of a polarizing figure at the moment in regards to, you know, whether or not you think he is someone who should be playing as much as he is, or in positions that he's playing in. Jokingly, obviously, people have been going on about, you know, him playing in a 10, or not jokingly, really, but either way, indicating that maybe there isn't really like an out and out position that he is made for. But that right back position, in the way that he's playing in a game like this, he's made a couple of mistakes in this game, but he has rectified it with those goal involvements, to say the least. And so hopefully now he sort of like fine tunes his game in this, and we see a more well-rounded Malo Gusto for the rest of the half, which is asking a lot. I'll be honest, it is asking a lot for Malo Gusto not to do anything stupid, because he loves to. He is I wouldn't say reckless necessarily is the words, especially by design. He's not a player who I would imagine wants to be seen as a reckless player, but he's put in a shift today, to say the least. Garnacho's been awful. Cucurella looks tired. Enzo Fernandez hasn't quite really been himself for quite a few games now, and I would imagine that's purely down to the same as Marc Cucurella, for being tired. Very rarely rested, very rarely benched in any way, shape, or form. He's hardly missed a minute of game in this season. So it would be nice to see Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella get some rest sooner rather than later. And you would imagine with a game against Cardiff coming up soon that they would get some well-earned rest, to say the least. Reece James has been good. Fofana's been good. Sanchez has been all right. Palmer with the goal. Lovely finish. I said when the goal went in that it's not necessarily a goal that you would see many of our attacking players take as well as he did. It was a very Cole Palmer goal, a very cool, calm, cold, collected goal, and one that is a sight for sore eyes that I'm sure all of us were happy to see, to say the least. We'll be back soon. What's going on here? Let me get your predictions in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on the first half. Would you take anyone off? I feel like it is Garnacho is probably the one that I would imagine most people are going to want to take off. We need another centre mid in January. We probably could do with another one, yeah. I still think we need another goal before making those subs. Yeah, for sure, Dexter. I completely agree. Yeah, it would be nice to see Cucurella get some rest and not have to play the full 90, is what I'm saying. But much like the tweet I'm referring to from Daily, I would say a third goal is needed before we make any changes like that, you know? Garnacho probably could come off. Neto then swapped over to the left. Esteval on the right. I would be down for that. We're 2-0 up. I think an injection of pace, an injection of creativity in the way of Esteval Willian would be, again, a very, very nice sight for Chelsea fans, to say the least. It doesn't look, just looking at it, it doesn't look like we've made any substitutions. He's a weird one. He's a weird one, isn't he, Maresca? I just, whenever you think, yeah, this is, at least one substitution could be on the cards, he's like, nah. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Second half underway in just 1 second. The whistle has gone. And we are underway. Please like the video, subscribe. We are 20 likes away from 100 on the stream. Please do get me to at least 100 likes, for the love of Christ. Finally made it and passed my broker's test. Tommy, there we go. He's done it again. Well, I say again, but he's done it. Tommy, it's 10 o'clock, mate. Very, very good news. Congratulations. I'm sure all of us were rooting for you. We never had any doubts, mate. We never had any doubts at all. Congratulations. How are you planning on celebrating? That's my question. Especially now Chelsea are winning. It's been quite the week for you by the sound of it. Not just because of him missing an open goal, but his general play is terrible. Yeah, Garnacho stinks, man. Especially, well, not especially in this game, but so far in this game and in previous games, he's not been fantastic. João Pedro has also... I feel like no one's really said anything about him. If you have, I'm sorry, I probably missed it. But my God, João Pedro just so not involved, you know. It's anniversary weekend and heading for a nice dinner tonight. Probably a nice steakhouse. Tommy, we were just talking. It was my anniversary with the missus on Thursday. So we share an anniversary week. If that's a thing. I'm very jealous, though. We did have steak for our anniversary. So, like I say, a belter of a week for you. I hope it goes well. And yours is on the 14th. I think ours is the 11th. Thursday the 11th. He has to get that in. Oh, come on, man. See, we're just relating to Tommy. Come on. 34 years. Ours is 4 years, but you know, we're we're getting there. Not quite 34, but 4 years is it's gone quick, to say the least. Here's Neto. It goes quick when it's with someone that you love. Do you know what I mean? When you're having fun. Great cross! Oh, shit! Oh. 3 decades to go. Jesus. Sounds like a lot of work. Pedro's mid at the moment. João is another player who needs to be rested a bit more, I feel. But with Delap now out injured, it's hard, isn't it? It's quite difficult to sort of justify dropping it. We've got Guiu. Guiu is available on the bench. And I feel like isn't any worse than João Pedro's involvement in games, you know? Not a hope. Spent 10 years with your ex. 10 years since being exes? Or that's a long time to spend with your ex. 10 years. A great play there. Played through the middle. It's Garnacho. He could lay it off here. Terrible pass, Garnacho. For the love of fuck. What was that? Garnacho, Pedro Neto is just fuming with Garnacho, being like, just put a bit more fucking weight on the pass, mate. Come on. Oh my God. Is it early to say Delap is shit or it's the number 9 curse? I don't think it's the number 9 curse. I don't think it's the number 9 curse. I think he's... Well, he might have... It's like self-imposed number 9 curse. Like, I think maybe he's overthinking it, which I suppose they all are if you got the number 9, but... Delap doesn't help himself because... his whole philosophy, his whole game, and his whole style so far has just been like, I'm going to focus... It was poetic that the way that he is now injured is because he was fighting someone off the ball. You know, he wasn't even involved in the current play. He was tussling with someone in the box and then ended up dislocating his shoulder. It's ridiculous. With Delap, it just seems like a lot of immaturity from his part. Delap, sorry. I don't know if I said Tammy because everyone keeps saying Tammy. Palmer, throw in taken quickly. Finds João Pedro. Six and a half minutes played in this first half. Second half, sorry. From Stamford Bridge to Wembley. We'll keep the blue flag flying high. Flying high up in the sky. Lovely play from Pedro Neto. Finds Gusto and looks for the cutback there to João Pedro. Palmer wins the ball back. Oh, it looks for the nutmeg. Doesn't come off. We're looking comfortable. This is dubious territory because you would think, right, being 2-0 up, we're not cut and dry. It's not over the line by any stretch. And that's what's worrying is we don't necessarily need a third goal. But my word, would it be good? Just a shut up shop, just to get the job over the line, get it done, you know, and just secure all 3 points way before the full-time whistle, you know. Something I can't remember the last time we necessarily did that off the top of my head. Like early on in a game. Would be nice. 2-0 up. We've bottled 2-0 this season. I don't want to just sit on 2-0. João Pedro looked like he was fouled there by Tarkowski. Nothing given. Here's Jack Grealish down the left-hand sides. Up against Malo Gusto. What can he do? Shot. No way there's a handball there. And it's Enzo Fernandez. Looks for Garnacho. Finally a good first. Oh my God, he's terrible, man. Has he completed a pass today? I was just about to compliment him on his first, a good first-time touch, which was a P-roller anyway, and then loses the ball. Chalobah and Fofana have been decent. Hopefully Enzo doesn't change it next game. Oh, it's a good first-time touch. Garnacho blazes it over the bar. You've got to do better than that, son. It was a really good opportunity there from Garnacho. I won't lie, I was fully expecting him to blaze that, and he did. Ball played over the top by Sanchez. Brilliantly taken down by Sanchez. A couple of touches. He looks for the finish, but blazes it. Absolutely blazes it. It did take a very slight like the smallest of bobbles. Composure, though, like you say, Rudy, absolutely terrible. Terrible. Garnacho is just Mudryk 2.0. I actually think Garnacho has been worse than Mudryk in these opening games. At least Mudryk gave us that Liverpool cameo, you know. We're very close to 100 likes on the stream. Please do smash the like button, please. We'll get an Enzo clock should we get that. When we get that. Enzo Fernandez looks tired. James. Enzo, weird pass back to Fofana, puts him under pressure. And a fucking weird back pass to Sanchez. Was never in any danger, really, but it was just a weird one. Wouldn't go that far. You wouldn't go that far with Mudryk. Palmer, lovely first touch on the right-hand side. Overlap from Malo Gusto, ignored. Neto. The poor pass from Neto there made me forget I was drinking beer. Fucking just carried on. It's Andre Santos coming on for the number 10 being Cole Palmer. Not the full 90 minutes, not even the full 60 minutes for Cole Palmer, but a goal, which is a sign of better things to come. Have we indeed missed Cole Palmer? I think a lot of people were debating whether or not we did actually miss Cole Palmer, and I think the answer to that question is a resounding yes, we did. Yes, we did. He's come off. He's done his bits. Advertising SmackDown on... oh, no, they're not. Sorry, I'm watching TalkSport. Listening to TalkSport. Martin Keown's going nuts right now. Biased, as always. Chelsea up to 4th. What do we want? Do we want Man City to beat Palace? Is that what we want? Do we want Man City to beat Palace? Probably, right? We need Man City to keep up with Arsenal. And Arsenal have Wolves, so I would imagine we probably do want... We probably want Man City to win against Crystal Palace. Man City will be looking for vengeance for that FA Cup loss. Great goalkeeping there from Robert Sanchez. Comes and collects. Well, we're not winning the league, so it's... Realistically, it's just up to Man City, please. Scored a lot more goals than Arsenal. 35 goals they've scored. Arsenal 28. Yeah, Palace have been City's kryptonite for a while. For a long while. If anyone remembers that Andros Townsend screamer at the Etihad that time. Fucking what a goal. It's like the Darren Ambrose goal against Manchester United all those years ago, if anyone remembers that. Gusto. Hull used to beat Arsenal all the time. Stoke as well. Now Arsenal have become Stoke, haven't they? Liverpool 2-0. Where are Brighton in the league? Oh. It's a pretty good result for Liverpool, all things considered. Bit of a coming together here. I didn't see the incident. I'm watching it now. Garnacho running in. It's not a red card by any means. Yeah, it's a very slow coming together. It's not even a fucking... It's not even a booking. Garnacho slid in like way ahead of time. Legs up, but no studs involved, nothing. It was a really weird sort of like coming together. Chelsea change coming soon. It's going to be a substitution. Nice touch over the top by Ndai, but Chalobah has been getting the better of, and then a brilliant tracking back tackle there inside the box as well. Rough, but a good tackle nevertheless from Trevor Chalobah. Here's Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Tackled well by Pedro Neto. And it's going to be a Chelsea substitution, maybe? How's his hair so shiny, man? Still no substitution. Sanchez plays it deep. Oh my God, man, the fucking passing. It's Jamie Gittins coming on for Garnacho. Yeah, Neto just loves the game, doesn't he? He loves playing football. I think people need to put respect on. I've said this for years, like the last year or so. Neto is so disrespectful. Literally our top goal scorer in the fucking Premier League. Oh, never. Where is Steval? He's, I've no idea. Ugh. There we go. Gittins coming on for Alejandro Garnacho. Enzo Maresca having some last words. It is a shocking performance from Garnacho, who receives a standing ovation from the Chelsea fans. Weirdly, considering he has been tossed today. And on comes Jamie Bino Gittins. He's been involved, yeah. I would agree, yeah. He's been involved, but just not. Still don't rate Neto, regardless of being our top scorer. Mate, I would fear you do not understand the fucking game if you do not rate Pedro Neto. Either you have an agenda or you just, I just don't think you understand what it is that he does. And that's not me trying to take some like high horse approach to being like, I understand the game better than you. I trust that you understand the game. I'm just saying, if you don't rate Pedro Neto, you're a fucking idiot. In the nicest, most respectful way possible. The disrespect to Pedro Neto at this point is outrageous. I don't know what he's got to do. I don't know what he's got to do to earn your respect, despite having been one of our best players for the last season or two. He should score more. Oh my God. Fuck off. Disappears at times, does he? I feel like Pedro Neto is our most obvious winger that we have. It's so hard sometimes to differentiate people who are trying to get a rise out of me and who genuinely just don't know who the what they're talking about. If you don't rate Pedro Neto, it's just, yeah, he runs his bollocks off. That's more than most players. I agree to a degree. I would say, yeah, probably Pedro Neto could score more than he has. Okay. At the same time, I would only really put maybe Mark Cucurella above Pedro Neto in terms of players who are like a workhorse, who just, do you know what I mean? He's in that category of player who he gives, and not to sound like Graham Potter, but he gives everything. He fucking runs non-stop. And he cares. And he looks like a player who is visually frustrated when other players aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But to say you don't rate him is just, I think, indicative of like your opinion. If I would imagine it probably means not that you don't know fucking ball at all. Andre Santos blazes it. I would lean more towards the fact that you have an agenda and that you don't like Pedro Neto more than you don't understand football. Because if you've watched football long enough, you know Pedro Neto's a good footballer. You know he is. You know he is. You might not like him, and that might be your reason for not rating him. But I also don't understand why you wouldn't like him. He's such a likable person. He's such a likable player. He's easily been one of my favorite players. I'd say he's probably in my top 4 favorite players at Chelsea over the last 2 seasons. You know? And it's been tight because obviously, like, one of those has been Esteval, and he's been here for such a short amount of time. But also, it's not hard because at the same time, it's been such an unlikable group of players for a while now. And they're only recently becoming likable because they're maturing a little more, you know? That's what I would say. A lot of them were not likable at all. I can fully agree. I can fully understand that. But there are a couple who have been likable since day one, like Pedro Neto since day one. That's never a foul! Stop giving those as fouls! Fucking fraudulent referees! Everton player in his own corner, back to the fucking rest of the pitch, gets a slight nudge from João Pedro and goes flying. They fall for it every time. It's been going on for decades. Why do they give it? Why? But then suppose gone out. No, we saw it. Tarkowski pushed João Pedro over in that same corner, and he goes, get up, play on, fuck off. It can't be a foul for the defender, but not for the fucking thing. It seems like only fans of the game, only people who watch the game week in, week out see this flaw. How do the referees not fucking know this by now? My God. Oh my God, they nearly scored. So wide from Jack Grealish there. Neto could be on here. Plays it just behind Enzo Fernandez, who, again, how he's still on the pitch, I don't know in terms of fitness, but played in. Good chance! And it's nearly an own goal. A 100 likes on the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, once again. Thank you very much indeed. Do appreciate it. Let's try and get to 150, please, before the end of the game. Just under 20 minutes to go. Pedro Neto with the corner. Crossed in, headed through. Enzo Fernandez. It should have been 3. Gittins, Cucurella. And a free kick on the edge of the box there. Cynical foul there by Alcatraz. Goodness me, he sounds like a prison. Oh my God. Enzo Fernandez has fouled Joao Pedro in the box. He's fouled his own player. I think either Joao or Enzo, if they weren't in each other's way, would have scored there. But Enzo has fouled Joao Pedro in the box. Grealish and Neto winding each other up. Grealish doesn't give a fuck, does he? It's Alcatraz, Mr. Bigoo. Learn to read. It's not Alcaraz, it's Alcatraz. James and Neto over the ball. Great chance. Screams James goal. Go on, San. It's been a while since he scored a free kick. Go on! James! Tipped over the bar. Brilliant free kick, my word. He's absolutely swazzed that. It's Alcatraz. I'm not having it. You're not going to gaslight me into saying it's Alcatraz. Crossed in by Neto. Headed into the goal kick. Corner ball. It's Azkaban. Alakazam, Alakazam. Crossed in, headed away. It's reached James. Alakazoo, Alakazam. Dispute me one time more and you'll get this ban. How about that? Eh? Show us the game. Fuck off, Phoebe. It's all kicking off. Alcatraz is absolutely fuming. James dispossessed, and then Fofana just goes, fuck off. And just ruins their counter-attack completely. He was as reckless there as he was behind the wheel. That's why he's lost his license, I'll tell you that much. Cucurella Take him off now, please. For the love of God, give him 15 minutes to break some bread or something. Ekatike with a brace. Can you believe it? Esteval is coming on any minute now. It seems a bit fucking pointless. I won't lie to you. It just felt a bit unruly. I had to sort of brush out the creases, you know. I forgot to update my FPL. I don't know what it looks like right now. I'll be doing it's pod o'clock tomorrow. I feel like I'll be doing it recorded. I'm unsure if I'll do it live tomorrow. I might do it live. Keep your eyes peeled. It'll more than if I do it live. It will probably do. It'll probably be a 2 p.m. kickoff. So we'll see. What's the games tomorrow? Oh, I need a piss. I might quickly run and have one. We're 2-0 up. We've got time. Right, I'll run. I'll be right back. Please surprise me with 150 likes. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I don't think you've got it in you. Did you? I need to. I didn't know how bad that looked. Did that look really bad? I tripped over the fucking computer. What do you call it? There's like an extension lead. I fucking. I just watched it back. It looks fucking horrendous. There's like my work bag is down there. I tripped over the fucking lead and then put my foot in the bag and then fell over. It's what the pub does. I've had 3 beers today. Would you lot calm down? I'd either do that or call the fucking police. Call the fun police. My word. I've never had so many people criticize. I've had a couple of beers with the game. My God. Is Esteve out? Everton away. Oh, nearly played through. Where's he, Fofana? One too many. I just missed me footage. I wish the audio was on. I muted me mic. I nearly broke my ankle. I think that's the first time I've ever fallen over on stream. I can't remember. Pack up the J. Oh my God. I literally. How rarely do I drink these days on stream? I feel like it is a rarity. And then I do. And you lot are on my case the whole time. I've had enough. It's very few and far between these days, I must say. You know, I'll have to post that as a short later on, when I suppose. It's what's the what's that fucking stick to your crisp water? What's the meme where that bloke falls down the fucking stairs coming out of his caravan and he knocks over loads of bottles? Reese, if you could edit the sound of that over me falling over, I reckon that's the sound to go with, because otherwise it's just going to be empty, you know. It's just going to be silent. Reese, I'm sure you could come up with something, mate. Take your time. Don't rush it. Let your creative juices flow. I'm sure you'll come up with something fantastic. He's already on it. Reese is silent in the chat. You just know it. Yeah, I know you are. That's the one thing with having Reese doing the clips, is that I already know him so well when it comes to this. It's like, I don't even have to ask him to do things. He just, I know how his brain works. I know how his brain works with these clips. And as soon as he saw that, I bet he was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to mug Harry off something rotten, but it's going to be hilarious. And everyone's going to love it. Harry's going to hate it, but he's going to appreciate it at the same time. That's the one I thought. Used the video of the lady making the cocktail, and she says 2 shots of vodka, and it's half a bottle. Yeah, I'll post it on here and on TikTok. You know, we'll see. We'll see what Reese cooks up. I'll be live full time, of course, for a live review a few minutes after the full time whistle. You got a funny feeling about Wolves. Is that later today? It is, isn't it? Marcus. 8 o'clock kickoff. Jesus. Oh my word, they've hit the inside of the post, and Jai sends everyone for hot dog. Hits the inside of the post and out. Oh, I take 12:30 kickoff any day of the week. Any day of the week. And I hate 12:30 kickoffs, but 8 p.m. on a weekend can suck my ass. Who enjoys that? Absolutely no one. I mean, we need to rest him against Cardiff for sure. We need to play him against Newcastle, though, at the same time. Villa's going to be a hard game. Oh, Esteval just shy there. Only 4 games left of 2025, man. Fucking hell. Can you believe it? Cardiff away, Newcastle away, Villa at home, Bournemouth at home. Crossed inside, good chance, and it's wide. Alcatraz, criminal. Should be locked up for that. How has he missed that chance? My word. Oh. Goal kick. What position? We're in 4th at the moment. 4th place. 2 points clear of Crystal Palace in 5th. And we have about 4 goal difference better than they are as well. Seems like we're already in a top 4 race rather than a Premier League race. You know? That said, we're only 5 points off of Arsenal at the top. If they somehow incredibly unlikely, I must say, if they somehow lose to Wolves, then you never know. You never know. Man, if they lose to Wolves and we just took our chances against the games that I said we could have got like extra points in, and I haven't just put like 3 points for every time we've dropped points. I've done a draw, I've done a win, I've sometimes not even giving us that. We could be on 38 points. I worked it out. I put us on 38 points if we took the chances that I gave, with the red cards and the, losing or drawing in the final minutes of games and stuff where we shouldn't have. It's criminal, but we're not winning the league this year. I think everyone knows that at this point. Wolves going to pull a miracle like they did against Liverpool last year, or the year that they were in the title race like 7 years ago. Not going to happen. Ah, Chelsea, we love you, Chelsea, we do. Wolves haven't won a game this season. Unjai on the left. 3 minutes remain. Again, I'll be live just after the full-time whistle for a live review. Esteval fouled off the ball. He's all right, though. He's rolled up. He's okay. Pedro Neto. Andre Santos. We could be in for number 3 here. It's Gittins. Drags it monumentally wide. Gusto back to Sanchez. When the Blues go steaming, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go steaming, when the Blues go steaming in. Oh, when the Blues go steaming in. This is what you do, though. What I was saying with Maresca, you've on a run like you are on, you've got to make a statement win. This is a statement win. Like I genuinely thought we were going to lose this game. I came into this thinking the worst. I came into this thinking we were going to get absolutely pantsed. And then this would be the first time in fucking 31 years that we lose to Everton at home in the Premier League. And we've shown up. We've got 2 really good goals and a clean sheet. It's the best way to sort of chat back to those that are sort of like, oh, is this the media saying, is this a bad situation for Chelsea, bad situation for Maresca? And he goes, fuck off. It's a great result. It's a great result. Good performance, like you say. And I'm happy with it. Who's man of the match, though? That's the question. We'll go into that in a little bit. And there goes the full-time whistle. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. It's a lovely little result, a lovely 3 points. And we will gobble that up very nicely indeed. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. I will be live in 5 or 10 minutes time for a live review. We can go through the game in a little bit more detail. And, there's a couple more games going on today. Burnley versus Fulham is the 5:30 kickoff. No, thank you. So please do join me for the live review. If not, I'll see you in the next one. We've got Cardiff next, away from home in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Whether I see you tonight or see you in the future. Stay safe. Love you all. Thank you for the super chats, subscriptions, likes, all that stuff. And again, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you in the next one. My name is Harry, out the Chelsea.